some flowers today. My friend has a birthday party and I'm gonna make a couple arrangements for her tables. So I already cut the flowers and dip them in quick dip, and I put the water in the vases and the floral life. And then we start making the flowers. So these are gonna be table arrangements. So I think I'm gonna cut this a little bit shorter. So we don't want flowers to be on anybody's face when they are talking to a person on the other side of the table. And we can put a couple greens here. And I went this morning just to Publix, not Publix, sorry, to Costco to buy a couple bunches of flowers, mixed flowers. This is not the prettiest greenery, but so just kind of, when you make an arrangement, you just kind of measure and cut. And why we put the greens pretty much at the beginning is because their stems will help us when we make the arrangement. And then of course we take all the broken leaves out. And when we are working somewhere to make table arrangements, we really want them to match, and we make them to look exactly the same basically, which you can't always do exactly because the flowers are flowers and there's never two exact same kind of flowers. But I think we can also make arrangements to the tables that match, not completely color-wise or flower-wise, but you can still have the same feeling of those arrangements. And to be honest with you, nobody's gonna go there and look that is this flower here or is it here on the other one. So and we can also make the letter leaf a little bit smaller. And of course, if you are living in an area that you have greens outside, you can use those greens also. They, like for example, if you have lily grass or something like that. And what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to make how I say, like you are dividing the vase in three so the biggest flowers, like the hydrangea and the Gerberas, I'm just gonna put them so that they are facing to three different directions. We don't want all the big flowers to be in the same spot. And of course you can make one at a time, or I hope that making two at a time is faster at the moment. So let me know in the comments, do you like flowers? Do you arrange them? Do you go to your garden if you have one and cut flowers from there and make arrangements? And this can be also, to me, when I was doing the flower arrangements as a work, I found it very, if I wasn't, let's put it this way, if I wasn't extremely busy, I felt that it was kind of almost like a meditation to do the arrangements and work with the beauty. Was really, really nice. And when you have the time, of course at the beginning you have to kind of learn some basics. But nowadays it's even more free how you can make. In the old days you had to make, it was more structured. You had to make it everything round and or a like a triangle, or there was restrictions. Nowadays everything looks more natural, and that's nice. Okay, if there's bad flowers, like this one is not full flower, so we just cut it out. So we have now gerberas, we have mini hydrangeas, we have rose here, mums, chrysanthemums, also spray roses, and we can clean the petals, the outer petals, so that everything looks clean and pretty. So what we are trying to do here is fill the space nicely, and then get the colors a little bit spread out. Ugly looking leaves and the outer petals from the flowers. And I don't even put these, for example, the spray roses in the same spot, because I already have the white stock here in one, but there was only white stock in these bunches. This is more like a filler flower. You can put the filler flower somewhere here. And try to spread it. Put the rose back in the middle. And let's move these roses a little bit, because they got pushed with this flower. Okay, and we'll do this one. here. Little bit short. And of course, when we are buying the flowers from flower shop, we can actually order them beforehand and we can get what we want. But when we go and just buy them same day, so then we can't be very particular what we get. But we can still make it cheerful and nice. So let's see, we can put here a little bit color. So when we are done our basic, we just start finishing it with filling it up. It's a cheerful flower. They're between the two green ones. And yeah, I have my yoga mat here on the floor, so it's easier for me to clean, and if I get water there, it's gonna be fine. I'm not ruining my floor. And then we could put some status for color. And I like to take some of this status because they have this green stuff on their stems. So I just take them out because when they are in the water, they will rotten, and we don't need that. And if you have questions about flower arranging, just ask in the comments. So the basics, important things, you have to keep always a clean cut. Try to avoid to get those stems or leaves, I should say leaves, on the water. And always, for example, carnations or mini carnations, you have to cut it because there's that knot in them. So you have to cut it either side of the knot. You can't cut it where the knot is. Just little basic things. Put that one already. Now let's put one here for a color. So now we have one made, and I'm gonna take some leaf sign and sign the leaves, and I'm just gonna go and find also a little bit of grass to come out and make it more flowing. Let's put this back here. Maybe I should put it here so maybe you see it better. Let's use the same color here. Between those two green flowers. And of course, I mean, this is not the only way to make flower arrangements. It could be also that you have a certain tone and then you use that tone. Like for example, all pinks, all whites, just different shades. That would be pretty also. I'm gonna take this leaf and cut it smaller because there's this hole in it. And then I can bring the grass to come out. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have Alstroemeria. It's gonna be a bit darker than the other one, but for my friend I see more like reds and oranges and strong colors. A little bit purple here too, to match the other one. And then we clean this stem again. We don't need this much green stuff. Of course, you could use also a knife to cut your flowers. And when you have a knife, it's easier to just, and you get the stem clean. Why don't we use the Caspia here? Okay, let's leave it to another spot. This way. One there, and another one here. Yeah, personally, I don't like leather leaf that much, but I didn't have any other choice. As I said, I just bought those bunches, and then we go from there. Then we go outside and cut some more. Because I can get the lily grass from the yard. It's nice to have plants that you can go and cut a little bit further down. So it's just that when you're making an arrangement, you just look how it almost like feels that's right. And these are too long, so I'm gonna cut these out. So you get the eye for the arrangements when you are doing more. Okay, I would say this is ready. and as I said, I just get the grass, and I don't know if you can see, but there's creams here. So the next thing is that I'm gonna change the water and make sure that it's clean water. Thanks for watching. See you in some other, maybe I start making these flower arrangements with you guys. Bye.